In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to build an incredibly powerful AI sales agent for your business or for your automation agency. This is something that every automation agency owner messages me about, but also business owners, is can I have an agent that can call leads and convert them into paying clients? Now, one thing that is really important is that you're getting all of this information, all of this data, and to combine it with the second biggest question I get, which is, I am an agency owner, I want the perfect demo on my website. If I reach out to clients saying, I want to sell you a voice agent, I want to show them something that actually works well and gives them that wow effect. The agent that we're going to build is certainly 100% of the time going to give them that wow effect, where they're like, I need this for my business and I need it today. So this one is especially interesting if you're an agency owner, but also automation agency owner, but also if you're just a business owner who wants to use this for themselves. This is certainly the video to watch. First, we're going to build an agent that's based on a form on your website, is going to call that lead. So they fill out their full name, they fill out their email, they give their phone number and their company name, and then your AI agent is going to reach out to that lead and convert them in order to book a meeting. They're instantly going to get that confirmation link in their email, but also via text. And the great thing about this agent that we're going to build, that I don't think a lot of people have made videos about yet, and is what we call and what we specialize in with Vlireo, is omnichannel functionality. So that's really our speciality, our expertise with Vlireo, where we're building agents, is that omni-channel functionality. Now, most advanced agents have perfect memory and functionality across all platforms, like email, like WhatsApp, like text. But I think the most powerful one is for sure going to be text. The ability to both send a confirmation meeting through text, but also for your lead to reply to that confirmation text and get questions answered, and also the ability to reschedule meetings. So for example, what you're going to see in the preview that I'm going to show you in a minute is me calling, filling out a form, which you're probably going to put on your website or wherever else. You could even connect that to your Facebook lead ad campaigns, but filling out a form, and then the agent is going to call you, call the lead, me in that preview video, but actually call the lead in order to convert them, ask questions, but also convert them to book a meeting. Once that meeting is booked, they will get a confirmation through their email, of course, a personalized one, which has your company branding and actually looks good. So it doesn't just look like plain text, it actually looks really good and nice. That confirmation with the confirmation link, the details, the dates, and also the time zone. And time zone is really important. Getting that right is all in there. And they also get a text message to their mobile phone number. And I think that's incredibly powerful, especially for automation agency owners who are watching this. This is not only a system you can sell, but this is also a system you can give that wow effect to with your clients. The way that I do these kinds of videos is really step by step. So what I would encourage you to do for this one is sit behind your computer, follow me step by step. I really do it at a beginner level. So even if you're a beginner, even though these are advanced systems, even though it's an advanced system, you can still follow along as a beginner. I really do it from the ground up, and then many people are actually able to skip with the basic things. We're building a transient agent, so that means that everything is outside of the Vapi dashboard. So that's also instantly a professional agent, which you can put anywhere. You can put it in make.com, you can put it in Airtable, put it in Go High Level, all of your systems. That's something that more of the advanced people will know. But even if you're a beginner, you can just follow along with my steps and download the blueprints from members.vlireo.com. And if you implement that, you will have your own working agent that you can also tweak and customize in order to sell to clients, but also put on your website in order to convert them. So I've also, of course, made a preview so you can actually show what is the agent that we're going to build. So this is something that you're also going to see at the end of this video, but just to get into it, I'll show you that at the beginning, so you can have a taste of the power of this agent. The final test, and it should actually work. We should be able to book a meeting and then reschedule that meeting all of that stuff. So yeah, let's try that out. Should be getting a call. Hi, this is John.
Hello, this is Alex. Am I calling at a convenient time?
Yeah, sure.
Great. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, I was wondering, could I book a meeting?
Of course. Can you please let me know what date and time you would prefer for the meeting? Keep in mind that meetings can be booked 7 days in advance on workdays between 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. EST.
Actually, could you tell me one single time slot that you guys are available? Because any time will work for me.
Sure, here's the first available time slot for booking a meeting. Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. ST. Would you like me to book this time slot for you?
Yeah, perfect. That would be nice.
Booking your meeting, please wait for confirmation. The meeting was booked successfully.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, so the meeting was booked. Oh, this is something you might have to change in the HTML. You could just put it in ChatGPT and it'll fix that. But it looks really neat. It put the company name in here, the name of the customer, of course, meeting date. Got that perfectly fine. 8 EST, and then join meeting link and the email. Now I also got a confirmation in my text. So that's December 3rd, 8 EST. And in this case, going to be 8 a.m. So this is something you might want to reformat if you're using AM and PM. In this case, I work with 24 hours, so that's going to be 800. All right, so I got the confirmation in my text, which means I already have the meeting link. But let's first send a reply telling them thank you for booking the meeting. And see what happens. Thank you for booking the meeting. And I also ask them, do I have to prepare? Right, so I just sent a message, thank you for booking a meeting. Do I have to prepare? Now it's going to run through this scenario. And then the reply is going to be put into ChatGPT. Now, all of the information and history from my last call is actually saved right here and is grabbed out of that Google Sheet based on my phone number and put right there. And that's how I can actually reply with my name. So in this case, going to be, hey, John, since the meeting is tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST, it might be helpful to think of any questions or topics you'd like to discuss with us. But nothing special is required. If you've got any specific points you'd like us to cover, just let me know. And that's great because instantly it tells you that it already remembers my name, it remembers when our meeting was, and it actually generates a really good answer in no time. So that's great. Which means that it already has memory across channels, but now of course the core function is going to be, is it able to reschedule that meeting? Now let's say that I will be running late for that meeting and I need one in an hour later. So I will not make that meeting. Could you book it for 1 hour later? So 9 EST tomorrow. Right, perfect. So I sent it in there. I will not make that meeting. Could you book it for 1 hour later? So 9 EST tomorrow. So going to run through that scenario again. Give it a moment. It already initiated a scenario to reschedule that meeting. There we are. And I should get another confirmation in a minute. Or is this the same one? No, that's the same one. We have to wait for... So Twilio actually has this kind of buffer where you can only have messages sent every few seconds with new phone numbers. So that's something you might be running into. If you're not getting instant responses, you're going to have to wait for a bit. But it should generate a new reply any moment. Probably just going to fast forward this in editing. Or I'm just going to, there we are already. So Twilio sent the message to our scenario. AI is generating the response. And let's see, is it already going to book it, or is it first going to send me a confirmation? Oh, it's already booking the meeting. Great. So as you can see, it takes the second branch, which is also deleting the initial event. So we're saving the event ID in our database. So every time you book a meeting, that event is saved in the database, which in this case is just Google Sheets. And then removing that meeting and then instantly creating a new one. So I should also actually get a message from that. Yes. Meeting confirmation. Oh, this one actually does look good. And it says Vliegeo BV, meeting confirmation. Thank you for booking a meeting with us. So this is the same meeting. And then this is actually a working. I also got the time right. It's tomorrow at 9 instead of 8. So that's perfect. And then we can click this link and it will be able to add it to our calendar and join that Google Meet, which is great, of course, exactly what we want. And then if we look here, I actually got the confirmation also in my text. And not only did I get the standard confirmation link, it also told me, all set, your meeting is now rescheduled to 9 a.m. EST tomorrow. If you need any more changes, just let me know. So that's perfect memory and functionality across channels. Okay, so with every one of my videos, I get this, of course I have the members.vliegeo.com members community, the platform, and that's where I upload all of my resources for every video. And this one is no different. Actually, the resources in this video is I spent a lot of time because I have high standards for myself, and I noticed that with some of my videos I would kind of I had great resources, but I was kind of, you could say, kind of slacking off. And the resources for this video are really, really good. So I put everything in there that you should want. So if you go to members.vliegeo.com, make an account there. Actually, I kind of rebranded it into a Christmas style. I really like Christmas. And as you can see behind me here, I just put that up there and kind of rebranded the website. So that's something that you're going to notice immediately when you jump in. So what you're going to want to do is the link is it's probably the top link in the description. We're already nearing 1,000 members on this platform. You're going to go to members.vliegeo.com. You're going to log in, make an account. You can do that with Google nowadays. I actually upgraded that. And if you make an account, you're going to see something like this. These are all of the resources, the different pages that you can visit and try out. But for this video, the most important and the most interesting one is going to be the resources. Also, I will mention that we have our community right here, our member community, or just the Discord community. There's around, if I remember correctly, right now there's 36 members online, but in total we're at nearing 400 people in this Discord. And I think the Discord is awesome. People are actually helping each other out in order to solve problems and issues. And also we have our partner portal. If you're looking, if you want to find someone to work with, you can go in here. And something that's actually added as a feature is if you click on a profile, let's quickly scroll to my profile down here. You can actually easily reach out to people who have made an account on this platform. So let's see if I can find let's do Christian. Christian is someone that I actually work with. He's a great guy. So not only can you click on his profile and can you see some of his information, but you can also click get in touch right now. And then you can fill in your name, your email, your phone number, write them a message. And then you can send them a message like, hey, I have this project. I really need someone with your skills and expertise. Do you want to set up a meeting? Give them a source like your LinkedIn profile, for example. And you can immediately get in touch with them and they can see you. And then, you have someone who you can actually partner up with in order to deliver those projects to your clients. And you can edit your profile right here and then turn it on and put it online. You have complete control over that, of course. And you can also filter by skills and all of those things. I think that's something I wanted to mention because I forgot to mention it in my two last videos. It's really powerful because in many cases, if you're an automation agency owner or if you're looking to invest in AI, no way that you know everything yourself, because I don't, and no single person in my team knows everything themselves. And actually being able to find the people who have certain expertises that can complement your goals is really powerful. So go to the partner portal if you have some time, make your own profile, or reach out to some profiles or browse through them there. So for the purpose of this video, this is my second to last video, because this is my latest video, of course, that you're watching right now. So you could click that one, the new one, of course, and then you can download the resources. And this is all of the things you're going to get. So you're going to get book a meeting, which is the book a meeting automation. You're going to get the form HTML. So that's the HTML for the form that you're going to put on your website. And of course, if you're going to connect this to Facebook lead ad campaign, for example, you might use a Facebook lead ad form. So you're not going to need that necessarily, but this is the form HTML, list of links and websites. So that's all of the links and websites and resources that I use in this video. So you can instantly find them if you're not familiar with any of them. OpenAI assistant functions. So we're actually going to use the OpenAI assistant API, and we're going to add the same functions that we have with Vapi to the OpenAI assistant API. This doesn't have to make any sense to you right now. If you follow along step by step with this video, it's going to make a lot of sense and it's going to work perfectly for you. Outbound cold call form. So this is another make.com scenario blueprint that you can just import and have it running really quickly, and it works really well. This is the one that actually connects the form to the agent, so that I can actually reach out to the person who filled out that form, and the texting agent, of course, the automation that replies to text with memory across channels. So the agent that we're going to build can actually remember what was discussed in the phone call. So that's also something that's great. And then also we're going to use Google Sheet as a database for other videos. I've used Airtable. Many people are just more familiar with Google Sheets and don't want to make another account or don't want to pay for another subscription. I get that, so that's why I chose Google Sheets. Anyone who works with Airtable probably knows how to import this into Airtable and get it running there as well. I do want to mention something before we start this video. I always record the video, so the instruction first and then the intro, so that I kind of know and can give you some intro about what is it going to look like. Because many times, even though I've built such similar systems like 100 times before, still run into some small errors. So do mind that if you import the blueprints into your automation and it looks a little different, don't worry. I've already updated the templates that you're going to be importing into your own system to make sure that I filter out all of the errors and that it works smoothly and immediately for you. So if you're getting stuck or if you're not familiar with the blueprint that you're importing, don't worry, that's something that's mentioned in the video. Just don't touch it and it will work perfectly for you. Just want to take some work out of your hands. But the video will certainly explain itself. And if you run into any issues, again, you can go to the community. You can reach out to me with a one-on-one session. So that's something I've also done some Christmas decoration here. If you run into any issues, I have my own consulting sessions that you can book where we have a one-on-one meeting. But you can also go to the community, Discord community, and ask your questions there. All right, so guess what? It's the following day and I have to reshoot the entire video because I was in editing just now and I saw that the audio on my video wasn't great, was really bad actually. And instead of just uploading it, having you guys having to sit through the entire video with bad audio, I decided to just hit record and redo the actual building. So here we are in a new shirt, and I think it's also a great thing because in my first try at building this thing, I ran into a few errors, had to fix it, and then by redoing the entire video, I can actually build it with the templates that I'm going to give you guys. So it's going to be a lot easier to follow along. So yeah, great. Let's jump into this. At first, of course, you're going to have to prepare some things and get some platforms set up before we can actually make this thing work. So there's a few platforms that you're going to need. It's going to be make.com, Google Sheets, of course, Vapi AI. I always use this to view the HTML. So also for quick notes, but also for viewing HTML. So for example, this is an hello. So you can quickly see HTML formatting in this. And we're also, of course, going to build a form that's going to be attached to your website or any other place where you're generating leads. And that form is in HTML, and we're going to have to quickly edit that with your webhook. So that's where we're going to use this website, html.onlineviewer.net. It's a really good one to have inside of your arsenal. As you can see, it instantly visualizes your HTML, and if you click on preview, you can actually interact with it. So that's a great one to put into your bookmarks. So that's what we're going to use. We're also going to use the OpenAI platform. So that's the platform. You have ChatGPT, and then you have the developer platform, and that's the one that we're going to use for this video in order to build an agent that can have memory across those channels. So if I remember correctly, in order to get this started, you only need a ChatGPT account, and you can log in with that one, or you can just create a new account. I'll get into that later. And we're also going to need Twilio. So all of the platforms mentioned that I just mentioned are in this TXT file, and that's the one you can find on members.flereo.com. Now, I already showed you this at the beginning, if I remember correctly, but just since I'm now re-recording this, I can quickly show you which one you would need. So you can have to click this one, and then you can really easily download the templates, which is this right here. It's in a zip file, and if you unzip them, then you're going to have everything that I've got right here. So yeah, and inside of there's a list of links and websites that we're going to use in order to set this thing up. Yeah, so those are the only things you are going to need in order to get this agent set up and get started. Okay, so first things first, we're going to jump into make.com, and we're going to add the blueprints. So in other videos, especially my first videos, I built out the entire scenario for you guys. But right now, since that's going to take a long time with more advanced agents that we're building right now, I just added the blueprints to the members.flereo.com page. You can just upload those into your scenario and have it running 10 times more quickly. So let's go in here, create scenario. And of course, since we're using blueprints, I still want you to understand what we're actually building. So I'll go over those blueprints as we set them up. So you're going to go to make.com, you're going to create a new account, and you're going to go to scenario. Well, most of you guys already have a make.com account, so you won't need a new one. But if you do, go to make.com, create an account, and you can actually do this for free. So we're going to import a blueprint, and we're going to go to that zip file. Choose a file. There we go. And then right now we're going to choose book a meeting. There we go. So that's the first one that we're going to set up. We're going to set them up step by step. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. Really quickly to go over this, your Vapi voice agent actually has the ability to call tools. So it means that it can send information to webhook, which is this module right here. And it sends information here, and it goes through the entire automation in order to perform a certain action. And there's two branches that we have. We have either a new meeting or rescheduling a meeting or setting up a new meeting. So new meeting is if there's no history at all. And this is the one that's going to be used every time afterwards when there's a meeting that's in the past. And so it has to be, there's a new meeting, or the meeting has to be rescheduled because it's in the future. All right. And then we're going to use Google Sheets in order to get that agent configuration, so that it's much easier for you guys to change and set up your agent, and then also to keep memory of our customers. So that's where all of the information from the lead form is going to be stored, and also the conversation memory. So that's what we're going to do right now. Now, as you can see, if we click Save right now, I haven't made any connections yet because I want you guys to be able to follow along step by step. So this is a brand new make.com environment. And we actually have to make the connections to the modules. So that's what we're going to do right now. First, we're going to click on Google Sheets. And just click Sign in with Google and then choose your account. Quickly going to do this off screen. Although, I don't think there's any passwords here, but in any case, there we go. And then we've connected to Google Sheets. And yeah, or actually only have to do this once, because after connecting to a module, it's going to be added to your connections right here, which means that with every other module of that type, you can just select your connection. All right, so here we are. And then in most cases, I think actually always, you're going to have to redo this. So re-choose the spreadsheet ID. Before we do that, let's open up Google Sheets. So just open up Google Sheets. You might need Google Workspace for this, or at least a Google. No, you don't need Google Workspace, but you are going to need a Google environment. So just make a Google account, start a new spreadsheet, click on File, click on Import, and then import that YouTube video 29/11/2024 file. There we go, upload that. Not sure if that worked. Let's try that again. All right, perfect. Okay, something went wrong here. Make a new spreadsheet. Is that because it's a Google Sheet? Okay, or it's because it's an Excel sheet? I think something's going wrong there. I'll have to look into that. So what we're going to do for this video is that we're actually going to open up the file and just copy and paste whatever's in there into the new spreadsheet. So that should work as well. So what I'm doing is just selecting a random cell and then clicking Control Ctrl-CTRL A, and then pasting everything in here. So then we have, this is the first page, which is for the customers, getting all of the client's information, and then duplicate that one, call it blad 2, and then copy and paste everything that's in there. There we go. And this is your agent configuration. So that's one great thing about the agent that we're going to build in this video, is that it's going to be a transient agent, which means that the entire agent is built outside of Vapi, which is great because in that case you can actually build the agent or actually configure the agent in your own environment. In this case, Google Sheets. We usually use Airtable and then edit the agent with an interface, as you might have seen in my last video with Tylan Miller. But this is, of course, there's a lot of more features and settings you can change to your agent. But just for the purpose of this video and to make it as easy and plug and play as possible, I chose these configurations, all of these. So yeah, this is the one that we're going to work with. And now we have this set up. And just to make it easier, I'm going to call this YT video 2/12/2024. All right, perfect. So we have the spreadsheet, which in this case is also the database set up. Now we can go back here and we can find that in our drive, because in this case it's probably still going to mention YouTube video 29/11/2024, and that's the wrong one. It's still misreferencing the spreadsheet. So we're going to choose the right one, YouTube video 2/12/2024, hit OK, and then make the same connections right here to Google Sheets. So choose an account, Google Sheets. And again, you do have to click on spreadsheet ID and choose the right one, because for some reason it doesn't automatically update. It doesn't say if you change your connection that this one is misreferenced. So that means that it's still referencing an ID that is not in your account, which means that it's going to give you an error. So that's something you certainly have to do. Click on this and then choose the right one, which is, in my case, at the bottom. For yours, probably as well, if it's a new spreadsheet. Hit OK. Okay, so now we've connected all of the Google Sheets. If we click Save Again, it's going to give us a connection error because not all of the modules are connected yet. So now we also have to connect the Google Meet account. Continue. Authenticate that, or authorize that one. And by now you can actually close the Excel tab we're not going to need that anymore. Connect it to our account. And allow. And this should be connecting. And then same with calendar ID. In most cases, if something says ID, it's an identifier. And even though you have this drop down, you can also map it. And then you can see that it's actually just a bunch of numbers. And it's probably going to be misreferencing that. Well, in this case, I'm connecting it to the same account that I used for the blueprint. So I actually don't have to do that. But you almost certainly do have to change this because you don't have my calendar ID, of course. But I can just hit OK. So same thing with Google Sheets, connected to your accounts. And then that also counts for, there we go, okay. And then that also counts for Outlook. So I use Outlook for this automation, or this scenario. And the Outlook is just there to send notifications via email as well. So the core functionality of this omnichannel agent is the ability to send text confirmations about a meeting through text and also reschedule those meetings through text, and also being able to perform interactions through text, and that's all with Twilio. But of course, in many cases, you also want to send a meeting confirmation link through email. So you hit both platforms, both text and email. And that's why I add this module. But it's not strictly necessary in order for this system to work. So that means that if you're not using Outlook, which means you're going to have to remove this module and replace it with a Gmail module, which you can do by double-clicking the canvas, typing Gmail, and then send an email, so using this one. But in this case, both, and then you can just copy and paste the variables inside the Gmail module. But if you're going to do that, then you're going to need a Google Workspace account. So you can't do that with a regular Google account. You're going to need Google Workspace, or you need to build a workaround through Google Cloud Hosting, where you actually make an authentication screen, but that's way more advanced. So there's one thing to take into account. If all of this sounds too advanced for you, you can just remove that module for now, and then it's still going to work. It's just not going to send any confirmation links through email. Or it might actually do that through Google Meet itself, but not through email, like not a custom message. Also, this might be actually fun to quickly show you guys. So this might seem weird, what we have right now, this body content, but it's actually just to make it look nice and look better, because this is the message that you're going to see in their email. So I've made it in a way where it actually looks good. It's not just a plain text email. That's what we use HTML for. And then as you can see, in the set variable module, you're going to put your company name. And that's automatically going to be put inside of that email, so that it doesn't mention Vlireo in any way, our company. It only mentions your company. So that looks really nice when you send that confirmation link to your leads. And then the last one we're going to need to set up, of course, is Twilio. So I'm going to click that one, and that one's a bit more advanced because we also have to buy a phone number. Now, this is already pre-configured for me, but just so you guys can follow along, I'm going to quickly log into Twilio and show you how to do that. Now, the link to Twilio is already in that text file that I showed you at the beginning. Let's see. .com. All right. So you just need to make an account, and we're also going to buy a phone number. Now, there's a few things you actually have to take into account when you're using that phone number. I actually quickly have to confirm my phone number. So yeah, I'll be back with you guys in a bit, because I'm recording this with my phone number. Right, so here we are. We're logged into Twilio. What we're going to do is, if you logged into Twilio, you quickly have to make a service account, and then if you have that, you can click on that. You're going to see something like this, and the only thing you have to do is copy this. So in account info, you have to either click home or account dashboard, or just literally type in console.twilio.com, as you can see right here. And then you're going to see this screen. You can click copy, and then put the SID here, and of course the authentication token you're going to put there. You're not going to share your authentication token with anyone. That's kind of the point with that token, is that you don't share it with people. It's a secret one, so I'm not going to share it in this video right now, but that's just the one right here that you're going to have to copy and put there, and then you've made your connection. But of course, this is a required field. We actually do have to connect our phone number to the voice agent system. So that's what we're going to do right now. I already have a phone number, so I'm only going to quickly show you guys how to add a phone number to your account. Let's see, manage active numbers. Okay, so we're in here, and you're going to click develop, and then phone numbers, manage, and then buy a number. And this is the environment where you can buy your phone numbers, of course. Now, so this is not going to work for every single country across the board. This is going to work for the United States, it's going to work for Canada, and it works for my country, the Netherlands. For example, I do have contacts in Sweden that are actually having problems with this. So we did find a workaround for that, being able to also send messages and route calls to more challenging countries. If you're curious about that, reach out to me on any platform, and I'll get into that with you. So for now, most of you guys will be choosing Netherlands, will be choosing United States or Canada. In this case, I'm going to choose Netherlands. So there we have it right now. It's going to give me a list of phone numbers. I can click buy and then go through the route. It's really straightforward. You are going to need a credit card, of course, and then you will have your phone numbers under active phone numbers. And the only thing you will have to do is copy this and put it. Or you don't even actually have to do that. You can just open your module after you've bought a phone number, and then click on the drop down and select it, and then everything else is already formatted for you, so you don't actually have to touch that. And I think, if I remember correctly, everything is now set up. We have two Twilio modules, so we have to quickly connect the last one. Hit OK, and now everything should be set up. All right, so for now, this is something we're going to edit. Oh, wait, let's actually edit it right now, because there's only one thing we need to do. Your own email address to send the link to. So all of these ones you can just leave as is. So book meeting time slot, book meeting subject, caller email, caller number. Don't edit any of those. Only items 6, 7, and 8 are the ones that you should edit. In this case, the meeting duration, in my case, I just always use 30 minutes, 30-minute meeting. Your own email address to send the link to. Well, I use support@vliegeo.com. You can just change this into any email that you've attached to this module right here. And then, of course, your company name for the white labeling in the meeting confirmation emails. All right, we're going to click save and then turn that on immediately as data arrives, and then hit OK. And then that is set up. All right, and then we're going to upload the next blueprint, which is going to be the outreach blueprint. I'm going to click create new scenario. Here we go. Click more, import blueprint, choose a file. It's just the same flow as before. So let's see, where is our other blueprint? Quickly going to look for it here. All right, there we are. Outbound cold call from a form. Save. And then here we are. All right, so this is the cold caller from a form. Now you can make this really into a spaceship. You can do all sorts of things with it, but the core functionalities are here. And again, if you click save, it says connection not found, Google Sheets. So make sure you connect to all of the modules. In this case, it's just going to be the Google Sheets, which we've already set up. So that means you can just choose your account and then again, change the spreadsheet ID into your own spreadsheet. and then hit OK and do the same thing for the other Google Sheet module. All right, and then of course also for the email one, again, if you're running into problems with the email, you can just remove that module. It's not going to impact the automation. It just means that the user or the lead is not going to get a confirmation message through email. But yeah, if you are familiar, if you're using Outlook, or you're familiar with how to set up Gmail, or you have a Google Workspace account, or what you can even do in make.com is type in email, and then if you're familiar with setting up email connections through SMTP, then you can use that one. Otherwise, you can just delete that one and will still work perfectly fine. My Microsoft connection, hit OK, and then, well, everything is connected, so because we can hit save, so that's great. But there's something that we actually have to do here, and that's set up the Calendly account. So that's one that I actually forgot to mention, but that's of course really important. Calendly is the platform that we're going to use in order to check availability. Now at this time, it's not possible in any way, shape or form to automatically book meetings through Calendly. You can only check availability through Calendly. So that's what we're going to use it for. And the reason I do that is it's really easy to connect to all of your calendars at once. So it's really like a great router for checking availability. So that's why I don't do it directly in the Google Calendar. I do it through Calendly. All right. So what you're going to do is go to calendly.com and make an account. And then if you've made your account, you're going to create an event type. So basically what that is just a configuration of your calendar where you connect it to a Google Calendar, your Apple Calendar, to any calendar that you have, your Outlook calendar, and it's going to check your, see which times are you available or are you not available, and it's going to generate a link that you can share with people where they can jump into your calendar and set those things up. So that's your event type. That's what you're going to want to set up right here. And then, well, these are my examples. So I have 3 paid sessions and 1 just regular meeting that I use for clients. So that's what I've set up right here. That's what you're going to do. And then if you have that set up, you can go to integrations and apps. You're going to connect it to, of course, your calendar, like Google Calendar, or as I've said, Outlook Calendar, or any of those. You've probably already done that. And if you did, then you're going to click API and access tokens. You're going to click generate new token. And in this case, I'm going to call it find soup test, hit subscribe. Awesome. Right. Scribe. Perfect. I'm going to use that one, create token. Oh, and I quickly have to verify my email in order to do that. So I'm going to do that right now. Let's see. Again, this is another token that you're not going to share with anyone. For this one, I'm just going to remove it. I'm going to show you guys the token because I'm going to remove it after this video, after shooting this video, so it won't work anyway. But in any other case, you're not going to want to share your Calendly or any other bearer token just to anyone, because if you have the bearer token, then you can just basically do anything with that account that the API allows. So for this, just for this video, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So you're going to copy that, go back to your make environment, and then put it right here. And that's the variable that's going to be put into the next HTTP module, which is going to call and make a call request or a get request to Calendly in order to get your availability. Now you've got that one, and if any of you guys have already seen my other videos, then you're probably already familiar with all of this and the setup. So one other thing that we're going to need is the URI, so that's your unique identifier. And you can find that in the Calendly Developer Hub. And then you're going to click find get current user. So it's developer.calendly.com. And if you go there, I'll quickly show you what that looks like. So you're here and then click API reference and then scroll down. Click users and then get current user. And then this is where you're going to put that same bearer token. Always make sure to click the OAuth 2.0 right here, because we're not using OAuth, we're going to use bearer token. So make sure to click that one and put the same token in there, and then send an API request. And once you do that, you're going to get this result, which is your unique identifier. And also make sure not to only copy and paste this part right here, because that's one place where I see a lot of people go wrong. You actually have to copy the entire link, including HTTPS, and then put it right there. So, and then of course, the next step is Vapi. We're going to have to connect Vapi as well, the Vapi bearer token. Let's see if I'm in the right. Yes, this is the right one. Oh, no, that's not the right one. For you, it's just logging in. You don't have to do what I just did. I have multiple organizations and multiple accounts. But you're going to go here to Vapi, dashboard.vapi.ai. If you don't have an account yet, you're going to set that up. You got $10 of spend for free for calling. So that's great. And then if you go to dashboard.vapi.ai, you can click here, click API keys, copy it here, and then put that one right there. So this is one that I'm actually not going to show on screen. So I'm first going to do this one. Well, in this case, my company name is Vliego BV and our company phone number or email. Let's just use the email info at or support at vliego.com. Perfect. And then I'm going to quickly add my bearer token off screen, because again, that's a token that you're not going to want to share with the world. Let's see. There we are. Right, so we set up the set variable module, the first one right here, and then all the others should be correctly set up, if I remember correctly. And one thing you might want to edit is the time zones. So if you go to this module right here, it says I'm only available from 8 AM to 12 PM EST, Eastern Time. If that's different for you, you can just change that. I've added the current date and time with the current time zone, so it will be able to calculate your time zone based on the now variable right here. So yeah, that's one big solution, actually solving the problem of time zones. All right, and for the rest, I think everything is set up and should be configured properly configured. If we go out of here, then we have one more blueprint to set up, and that's the text messages blueprint. So it's probably also the most advanced one, actually. Let's quickly turn this one on. Turn it on, there we go. And then create one last scenario. There we go. Import blueprints, choose file. All right. Keeps making it difficult for us to find those things. Let's see, the blueprints. Here we are. All right, this is where the money is, the texting agent. Load that up. And it's going to look like this. All right, so this is the text and SMS agent that we're going to use. And this is the agent that, well, first lead is going to fill out a form. Then they're instantly going to be called by our AI sales agent to book a meeting. And then they get their confirmation in their SMS or text. And then they are actually able to reply to those texts and communicate with the AI agent through text as well. So this is what that scenario looks like, and we only have to set it up for now. So that's what we're going to do. And again, we can just use this same bearer token right here. Put the bearer token here. And then, right, so put that Calendly bearer token right there. And then also the last thing we're going to need is that same URL. So that's the URI, the unique identifier. And if you've already clicked this away, you could just go back to the other scenario and get them there. There we are, Calendly URI. And then again, your company name, in this case, is going to be VOPV. And then everything should be properly set up. All right, so now we've set this one up. We set up the set multiple variable modules. Now, of course, we still have to do that same boring thing, which is connecting all of the modules. Well, this one doesn't have a lot of them. So again, with the Google Sheet, and then don't forget to change the spreadsheet ID again to the new one. In this case, it's going to be YouTube 2/12/2024. Yes, there we are. Perfect. Click OK. Calendly should be set up. This is again the module that you're going to want to change if you want to edit your time zone. So the tools 11 set variable module. We can click those away for now. We're not going to need those. And then let's click that one away as well. All right, perfect. And then this is our agent for actually sending the text messages. So this is just an API assistant or assistant API that we're going to use for this. Perfect. We're going to have to close one of my tabs here. All right, perfect. Yeah, so you're gonna have to connect this to your OpenAI API account, and that's what we use this one for. So you're gonna go to platform.openai.com. It's not ChatGPT, it's a little different. It's the developer platform for ChatGPT, but you should actually be able to log into this space with your existing ChatGPT account. If that's not the case, you can just register a new account, and then you're inside of this environment. Now you're again gonna have to add your credit card credentials in order to make this work. But if you're in this environment, you can select your organization here. In many cases, you guys will not have to do that. You click dashboard, go to API keys, create a new secret key. You can call this anything like and comment. Actually, guys, do comment under this video if you run into any issues, if you have any questions. I actually YouTube has this great thing which is called YouTube Studio, and I can see all messages and all comments under my videos. And right now there's no comments that I have not replied to yet. So there's 0, even though I've had hundreds of comments. I reply to all of them. So if you have a question or a comment, leave them down below and I will certainly get into those. All right, so like and comment, real YouTube, create a new key. There we go, copy that one, go back here, create a connection. My OpenAI connection, click here. And then organization ID, you can just leave that empty for now. It should use the right one regardless. And then we're here, our OpenAI Assistance API. Now we're not quite ready here yet. We're still gonna have to go here, go to Assistance and set up an assistant. Now I've already set this up with Assistant. I'm not gonna even try to say that out loud. I was almost going to say that out loud, but this is the assistant that I've set up. And the great thing about assistant APIs is that you get a thread ID, which means you can continue that conversation in the same chat as though you're chatting in ChatGPT. So even though you're getting your lead is texting through SMS, it's like it's talking to your sales agent in a ChatGPT environment, sending chats there with perfect memory. Also, there's some supplementary memory from the database because, of course, the messages sent through Vapi voice call are not immediately in that conversation. We're going to have to plug that in, but it's all embedded in this system, so that's really neat. All right, so this is the assistant we're going to set up, and I'm quickly going to show you guys how to do that. So in this case, it's going to be Smart AI. And you don't have to add any system instructions because we're going to overwrite those in the Assistance API module. So even though you might type anything in here, since that is already overwritten here in this module, you're not it wouldn't make a difference anyway. Right. So that's system instructions. Model is GPT 4.0. And then you actually don't have to change anything here. The only thing you have to do is click on plus functions. And then again, in the templates, the blueprints, you're going to open this one, OpenAI assistance function. And that's the entire JSON that actually is able to book a meeting for you. So you're going to put that in there, click save. And now this assistant is actually able to book meetings. Same as Vapi. And that's actually interesting to know. This is a feature that the assistant or the Vapi agent actually uses. So this is a Vapi AI is an orchestration model and it uses the OpenAI API. And this is how it uses or utilizes that function in a similar way. All right. So you can just copy this one. In this case, I'm going to use the one I already have, but as you can see, it really doesn't matter. They're exactly identical. Okay, so just for the sake of transparency, I'm going to use the new one. So it's assistants, something like that. Smart AI. So go back to the scenario, go here, click the right one, Smart AI. And actually for now, I'm going to remove that webhook because I want to show you guys how to set that up. Message, you're not going to change anything there. And also this one is not one that you're going to want to change. Yes, save anyway. Oh, we still have to make a connection here. Oh, and also with the Twilio one. So you have to connect the Twilio and the Google Sheet. There we go. YouTube video. Click OK. And then this one as well. My Twilio connection. Phone number. Yes, we're going to use the other phone number. So this one. I think that's actually something I have to change in the other scenarios as well. But this one is and should be properly set up now. Let's go to the other scenarios. I quickly have to change and edit some things. But right now, everything should actually be completely perfectly set up. And it should already be working. Now, keep in mind, even though I've run into errors the other time and I fixed those, 50% of my work is testing an agent and then running into errors and fixing those errors. And that's probably what we're going to do for the next few minutes. And actually, I hope that it runs into errors because in that case, I can actually show you guys how to fix and troubleshoot errors. If it doesn't, I might just throw in some JSON explanation really quickly, just to give you guys an insight on how that works. Oh, we already have that opened. Let's close that one. Okay, so this book a meeting, what you're going to do is go to book a meeting. So this scenario that we have right here, you're going to click this first module, which is the webhook. Copy address to clipboard. Let's see if these are correct. Yes, these are correct. All right, copy address to clipboard. And then we are going to go here. So that's the webhook URL. And that's the one we actually have to give the agent in order to perform that function of booking meetings. Click OK. And now we can actually book meetings. All right. And then we also have to set this one up. So I really quickly have to check if I chose the right phone number with every Twilio account. All right, this is the right one. Let's see, and this one isn't. Let's change that one. Click OK. And then this one doesn't use one. Let's see. All right, perfect. So last thing we have to do is set up the agent. So everything is already configured here. The only thing you actually have to change are, I advise you to look into these, because these are the ones we're going to have to edit. These you can just leave alone for now or twinkle around with them later. Or you can, of course, change this into something else. But your clients are not going to see this, so it really doesn't matter if you change that or if you don't. Yeah, right. So first, we're going to add our phone number to Vapi, because Twilio is going to send a request to pick up the phone to Vapi, and Vapi should be able to actually find the webhook that's associated with that phone number. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go to Twilio, choose that phone number. This case is going to look like that. And we're going to click import phone number. 54642, is that the one we actually have? 54642. All right, perfect. Okay, so I'm not gonna actually click import because it's already in there from the last video, but I am quickly going to show you guys how to do this. So copy your new phone number, click import, click here, and then the same account SID and token that we put in at the beginning. So an account dashboard. So these ones, these two, the SID, which is basically like your username, but then for developers, and also your authentication token, those are the ones you're going to put in here, the auth token. And then you're going to click, you give it a random name, could be anything, and then you click import from Twilio, and then you're going to see exactly this. And what we're going to do is copy this ID and put that ID into the Google Sheet. So yeah, double click this, and then remove that and replace it with the current, your phone Vapi phone number ID, because it's different from mine, 100%. And yes, all right. So actually, I'm not even sure if we needed to do this, because this is more for the server URL, which is something that I removed from the video. But I think in a future video, I'm going to expand on this specific build. So that's what we're setting it up for right now. What we're also going to need to do is choose the right. Wait, no, we do need this one, because we're calling the lead not with a transient phone number, but with a Vapi phone number, which in this case is an import to Twilio phone number. In any case, just if this sounds too complicated, just follow along with the steps and it will work. Will work for you. Also, please hit hit like and subscribe. All right. So we're back in here. Call lead with Vapi number, as you can see. And now everything should be correctly configured. Oh, for you guys as well, this is something that actually has to be edited. So we have to change the functions right here, because the functions are different for you than for me. So you're going to double click this, and do make sure to actually double click this thing here, because if you don't, it's not going to work properly. So actually have to double click this. And then I'm curious why this is giving such a signal. Function. Oh, all right. So you're going to double click it, because if you don't double click it and then copy it, if you copy this without double clicking it, it's going to add extra quotation marks. So it's going to put the quotation marks and quotation marks, and it's going to look really strange, and you're not going to be able to edit it. So double click it and then copy everything, and then go to JSON Editor Online. So jsoneditoronline.org, which is a great place where you can put your JSON in and then change it, and then get read error messages and solve it. First thing you're going to do is not immediately import it, because that's going to give you an error, since everything in here is an array. What you're going to do is click one left bracket, and it's going to immediately produce a second one. To close it, hit enter twice, or actually once. I'll do that again. Click the bracket, hit enter once, and then you're going to copy and you're going to paste everything in there, and then we can actually edit this. So our agent actually has two features. It can both transfer a call, and it can book a meeting. Now, the only thing you have to change if you want to change the phone number where it can transfer the call to, this is used when, for example, the user gets upset, or they want to talk to a human, or want to talk to someone else in the team. The agent can transfer the call to your receptionist, for example. The only thing you have to change in order to do that is the phone number right here. You have to change that into your own phone number. Now, the other ones that you also have to change are lit up. So you have 3 places that you have to change into your own phone number. I'm gonna leave that the same for now. If that's not important for you, what you have to do is find this curly bracket with a comma right here, and delete everything above there up until the open straight bracket, and then still going to work, and it won't be able to transfer calls. For now, I'm just going to leave that in there. For many people, it's important that the agent can actually transfer a call when a caller gets upset, for example. So you have to change that into your own phone number. And this phone number is our company's, our business phone number, our phone line. And then the second one is going to be this, which is book a meeting. Now, you can play around with this if you're familiar with JSON and the function. If you're not, the only thing you're going to have to change is the URL right here. You have to change that into the book a meeting webhook. So you're going to go to book a meeting, copy address to clipboard, and then put that in here, such that the agent can actually send that information to your book a meeting link. You're going to copy everything again inside of the brackets. So that means that if I were to click Control X, which removes everything, these are still there, because that's something that you're not going to want inside of your Google Sheet. And then it looks like this. So that means there's no straight brackets here. It starts and ends with a curly bracket, not a straight bracket. That's really important, or else it's going to break the system. All right, and then of course the prompt. This is something you can play around with. There's something like so. This is the instruction you're going to give to the agent, and it's something you can play around with. These are the working hours that you can change. So you can change the time zone, change the working hours. You can remove Lireo here. And you can insert a 100-word summary of your business. So if you want your agent to be able to answer basic questions, give a summary or give an FAQ, so frequently asked questions, put that in here, and it will have that in its context window. It will be able to actually answer those questions. So that's the prompt right here, and you don't have to worry about formatting it, because the formatting is done inside of the make.com environment, removing all of the new lines and the quotation marks, such that it actually works when sending it through JSON to your agent. So that means you can just go wild in here and type anything and add anything that you want. All right, so I'm not going to change this for now. I'm just going to use this, and everything should actually be set up right now for the agent to work and be able to perform a call, book a meeting, and then also to reply to text messages. So that's what we're going to test right now. Let's close this scenario and go in here. Close that one as well. Oh, I think I might have messed something up by saving that one, because this is the old one. Let's quickly check if that's the case. If the URL still okay, that's good. Okay, right. Let's see if this one also still connected. Yes. All right, perfect. Everything is set up. We can go back to scenarios. We can actually test it. Now, the final step, of course, is where's this? The first step is actually having a form, and we do that at the really at the end of this video. But the only thing you're going to have to do is open up form HTML. That's that one right there, and you're going to see something like this. Copy everything that's in there, and then scroll here to. And you're going to find insert your webhook. So that's this one right there. So this is the form you're going to put into your on your website, and you can just put it in ChatGPT and ask it to change it up in any way that you like. I think this one looks really clean, really neat. You can just copy this and put that directly on your website. And the great thing about this is it's already formatted in a way where like phone number and email address and website URL have to include everything that is necessary for the automation. Now, I've heard that people say, hey, all my people are in Canada, or I want them to be able to just put in a domain. Of course, it's possible. It's a little bit more advanced, because everything has to be very correct in order for the automation to work. So it has to be correctly formatted. So, for example, the phone number has to be in E.164 formatting. And that's why we require that when they're filling out the form. All right, so the only thing you actually have to do is, you see this webhook right there. That's the webhook for your outbound cold call from a form scenario. So we're going to go in there. I'm not sure if I even told you guys how to add a webhook. It did that automatically. Well, if you're at this stage of the video, you probably ran into that problem. So you already have done that. But if you didn't, and for some reason you just kept watching, you can click Edit, Add, and just call it anything you like, and then copy. Then you have a webhook. So it's the easiest thing in the world, but I also always do mention it. And you can just create a webhook. You can call it anything you want, and it's going to look something like this. And that's everything you need. All right. So we're going to go back to the HTML. Going to go here, search your webhook, and then it's going to send all of the data to that webhook. Now I added these two checkboxes, which is more for compliance reasons. If you don't want those, then you can just select these two, noodzakelijke toestemming and optionele toestemming voor AI training, which is Dutch. but you can just remove those and it will still work perfectly fine. So don't worry about that if you don't want. You can also just remove one of them, for example, or change them. But so don't worry about that. But I think in most cases you're just going to leave it there because it's for transparency reasons. All right. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to copy this, put that into a custom code block on your website, which will be your demo, or you can make it a lead page, make it anything you want. But for now, I'm just going to test it in this environment. So we're going to click preview, and then it actually loads up that script, that JavaScript, which is necessary in order to send that information to our webhook and have everything look nice and correct. And I click save here. And then now comes the time where we can actually test our agents. Now I hope that we actually run into an error so I can troubleshoot that with you guys, or else I'm just going to find a way to to dive into that. So yeah, let's get started. Actually, I do have to quickly note, I set up an error handler for people who fill in this form when they're using a landline, which of course for a landline you're not going to have a text option. So it's going to run into an error with the Twilio module. I put a resume add error handler there so that it will still keep working. It's just not going to send that text message. But for that same reason, I'm going to have to use my mobile phone, which I'm currently recording this with, in order to make that call and to get that set up. So I'm going to see you guys in a bit, and then I'll be recording this with my webhook. Or webcam. Right, so here we are again with my webcam, and I have my phone, which I'm going to use to make that call. I think everything is turned on, and we're just going to fill out the form and see what happens. Now, if everything does work correctly, it's going to make that call to me. I'm going to quickly book a meeting for any date, and then, yeah, we're going to get a confirmation in our text messages, and I'm going to reply to that first with a question and then with the question to reschedule that meeting. So yeah, let's fill this thing in and see what happens. Let's just use a random name because my actual name is already in the prompt, so it might get confused, of course. John Doe, email address gmail.com. And then the company name is going to be Super Agency. Always use that one. And website is going to be, well, in this case, in another video I made, it actually scans that website and makes a sales strategy in order to increase that conversion rate. We haven't made that for this specific scenario. You're going to have to watch my, it was, I think, 3 videos back. I'm not quite sure what that's called. But there I show you how to actually make an agent that can scan a website automatically and create or generate a sales strategy based on that. It is going to use that in the sales call. For now, we're just going to put in something random because it's just used for data collection, and click all of these, hit submit, and then we're going to see what happens, and perhaps I do get a call. All right, so it seems that we did run into an error here. Invalid arguments, not able to parse. Okay, so apparently something is wrong with referencing, with our reference of the spreadsheet. Let's see, order by, ascending. Okay, so that is something we're gonna actually have to do with every single scenario, because not only do you have to change the spreadsheet ID, you also have to change the spreadsheet sheet name, which in this case is still misreferencing it. So let's actually fix that. And I think we also have to fix that with the other scenarios. I'm quickly going to do that off screen. It's the same with that I just did. Just go over all of the Google Sheet modules in both in all 3 scenarios, click sheet name, and make sure to choose the other one. So similar one, but the other one, because it's still misreferencing those. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, and then there's just one more thing that I forgot to show you guys, and that is that you actually have to connect your agent to, or your text agent to Twilio. So you connect the voice agent to Vapi, and then you connect your text agent to Twilio. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go back to Twilio. You already have your active number. You can find it here and then click manage phone numbers and then active numbers. And it's really easy. You only have to click configure. You have to copy your outbound cold call. No, not that one. The text SMS agent webhook. So you can find that right here. Copy address to clipboard. Go to Twilio. Go down here and then put it there. And then this way is actually going to send that text message to your scenario, which is the only way you can actually reply to that text message. And then, as you can see, I've already quickly tested it and it works perfectly fine. So yeah, let's actually show this, make a quick preview for you guys, the final test, and it should actually work. We should be able to book a meeting and then reschedule that meeting, all of that stuff. So yeah, let's try that out. Should be getting a call. Hi, this is John.
Hello, this is Alex. Am I calling at a convenient time?
Yeah, sure.
Great. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, I was wondering, could I book a meeting?
Of course. Can you please let me know what date and time you would prefer for the meeting? Keep in mind that meetings can be booked 7 days in advance on workdays between 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. EST.
Actually, could you tell me one single time slot that you guys are available? Because any time will work for me.
Sure, here's the first available time slot for booking a meeting. Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. ST. Would you like me to book this time slot for you?
Yeah, perfect. That would be nice.
Booking your meeting, please wait for confirmation. The meeting was booked successfully.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, so the meeting was booked. Oh, this is something you might have to change in the HTML. You could just put it in ChatGPT and it'll fix that. But it looks really neat. It put the company name in here, the name of the customer, of course, meeting date. Got that perfectly fine. 8 EST, and then join meeting link and the email. Now I also got a confirmation in my text. So that's December 3rd, 8 EST. And in this case, going to be 8 a.m. So this is something you might want to reformat if you're using AM and PM. In this case, I work with 24 hours, so that's going to be 800. All right, so I got the confirmation in my text, which means I already have the meeting link. But let's first send a reply telling them thank you for booking the meeting. And see what happens. Thank you for booking the meeting. And I also ask them, do I have to prepare? Right, so I just sent a message, thank you for booking a meeting. Do I have to prepare? Now it's going to run through this scenario. And then the reply is going to be put into ChatGPT. Now, all of the information and history from my last call is actually saved right here and is grabbed out of that Google Sheet based on my phone number and put right there. And that's how I can actually reply with my name. So in this case, going to be, hey, John, since the meeting is tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST, it might be helpful to think of any questions or topics you'd like to discuss with us, but nothing special is required. If you've got any specific points you'd like us to cover, just let me know. And that's great because instantly it tells you that it already remembers my name, it remembers when our meeting was, and it actually generates a really good answer in no time. So that's great. Which means that it already has memory across channels, but now of course the core function is going to be, is it able to reschedule that meeting? Now let's say that I will be running late for that meeting and I need one in an hour later. So I will not make that meeting. Could you book it for 1 hour later? So 9 EST tomorrow. Right, perfect. So I sent it in there. I will not make that meeting. Could you book it for 1 hour later, so 9 EST tomorrow? So going to run through that scenario again. Give it a moment. It already initiated a scenario to reschedule that meeting. There we are. And I should get another confirmation in a minute. Or is this the same one? No, that's the same one. We have to wait for... So Twilio actually has this kind of buffer where you can only have messages sent every few seconds with new phone numbers. So that's something you might be running into. If you're not getting instant responses, you're going to have to wait for a bit. But it should generate a new reply any moment. Probably just going to fast forward this in editing. Or I'm just going to, there we are already. So Twilio sent the message to our scenario. AI is generating the response. And let's see, is it already going to book it, or is it first going to send me a confirmation? It's already booking the meeting. Great. So as you can see, it takes the second branch, which is also deleting the initial event. So we're saving the event ID in our database. So every time you book a meeting, that event is saved in the database, which in this case is just Google Sheets. And then removing that meeting and then instantly creating a new one. So I should also actually get a message from that. Yes. Meeting confirmation. This one actually does look good. And it says Vliegeo BV, meeting confirmation. Thank you for booking a meeting with us. So this is the same meeting. And then this is actually a working. I also got the time right. It's tomorrow at 9 instead of 8. So that's perfect. And then we can click this link and it will be able to add it to our calendar and join that Google Meet, which is great, of course, exactly what we want. And then if we look here, I actually got the confirmation also in my text. And not only did I get the standard confirmation link, it also told me, all set, your meeting is now rescheduled to 9 a.m. EST tomorrow. If you need any more changes, just let me know. So that's perfect memory and functionality across channels, and a demo for you to use on your website to instantly book those meetings and give your clients that wow effect that they want. So first of all, the voice is really natural. We really handpicked this voice and this system and the settings in order to make it sound natural, make it sound convincing. That already gives that wow effect. But then also if it's able to actually book that meeting accurately, send confirmations through text and email, and you're actually able to reply to those text messages in order to reschedule that meeting. Yeah, that's really something. And I haven't seen one company who was not impressed by that. So yeah, this is just for you to twinkle around with and to use on your website and to get your clients with. Or if you're a business owner, you can also instantly use this for your own company. And one great tool you can use is actually connecting this. So forgetting about the HTML form right here, and connecting this automation directly to your Facebook lead ad campaign. Actually made a video about that. Connecting voice agents to your Facebook lead ad campaign is like incredibly powerful, and not many people are doing that right now. So that's also something to keep in mind. If you're interested in building custom AI agents, are there some features where you're like, hey, I want to add this to our agents? Certainly you can reach out to us, and I'll see what I can do. We're especially we're incredibly good at omni-channel functionality, which means we have advanced agents that can have perfect memory across channels and is really completely autonomous. If you're curious about the agents that we built at Vliegeo, you can just visit our website, and we actually have a list of agents and configurations, what we call building blocks, that we can add to your agent. Now we have our demo, of course, which you can try. In this case, this demo is a bit more advanced than I show in this video, but it's going to be quite similar. And these are all of the features that we have for our agent. So we always have the base agent. It can take messages answer some questions, and leave a note for the team. So if you never want to miss another call, that's the base agent. And then you have all of these other features like VoIP connectivity and caller verification, callbacks, call forwarding. These are things that we build custom for clients, and also dashboard features. I think this is really important if you're going to integrate agents into your business. You're going to want a portal where you can see important data like how many meetings were booked, how many calls were made, what were my costs, all of those things. But also the ability to browse through calls, to actually see those calls, listen to recordings, read those transcripts, see the result, how long did that call take, and what information was taken from that call. So reviewing summaries, those things are, of course, incredibly important. And then we do more advanced things like CRM integration, marketing integration, or a full SaaS build. So yeah, that's really, really neat. And also an agent management system, because, of course, this is simpler than doing it directly in JSON, but actually having a portal where you can really quickly and easily tweak and edit your agents in a custom way. I think that's really important. So that's what you, something else that we build. And then if you want to go full out all in, and you're like, hey, I want to upgrade my my business, I really want to get into this AI thing, then we have our AI Revolution agent, which is basically the total package. All features are inside of this, and will all work completely fine and neatly integrated with your system. And then if you're curious about what is this actually going to cost me, you can go to investment calculator. We have our standard pricing for each package. I can't guarantee pricing in the future. Really changes as we build these things to be more robust and more advanced. But if you were going to choose the AI Revolution agent, it's about 6.5K for that agent. So this is a really transparent way for us to allow you to configure your own agent and to figure out, hey, what's that going to cost me if I want to have my own agent built. If there's any agency owners out there who want to build AI agents or sell AI agents to their clients, but at an advanced level and they're not there quite yet, we always also work with you. So you can work with us, we do the work, you deliver it to your client in a white label service way. So if you're interested in any of that, just visit our website, flereo.com, or go to the member community. You can send me a Discord chat, you can send me an email, and they can get in touch with our team and work with us. Also, what I'm going to do in future videos, and perhaps also this one, I've made a gift basket. As I said in the beginning, this is not something in this video that I've mentioned at the beginning yet, but I did mention that I'm really excited about Christmas. It's December. Don't call me early because really enjoy those campaigns. And what I've created is a gift basket. And what that basically is all templates, all blueprints, everything you see in this entire configuration. So all agent features, all dashboard features, and the entire Airtable base and instructions for the interfaces for Airtable. Everything that you would want in order to set up this entire thing is inside of the gift basket. So it's all of the also the scripts, so the automations inside of Airtable that we use in order to get those calls, get that data, and to build those interfaces. It's all inside of this gift basket that I have right here. So Airtable scripts, Airtable tables, make.com blueprints. So it's like an entire list of make.com blueprints that actually work perfectly well with each other. It's also has some features integrate for HubSpot integration, for example. And if you're curious about that and you really want that for your business, what I'm actually doing for this specific video, and I like doing this at the end. In future videos, I'm also going to give away the gift basket, but for the first one, I want to do it at the end because I know that the really hardcore people are watching until the end because my videos are a bit longer than the average video. So if you've watched this far, what I would like you to do is go to. So in order to get a chance to get that gift basket, which of course in this case is going to be a complete free giveaway, is either you have to go to members.flereo.com, go to work with us, which is a tab on that on our member community website, and we're really trying to expand our capacity. So you go to work with us, join our A team, and then if you fill out this form, which has some questions about what are your skills, what are you good at, what are you advanced at, and how could you help us in the future, then you'll already have a chance at that gift basket. Also, if you're a business owner, you can just fill out the Work With Us form. But if you also want to have a chance at that gift basket with all of the blueprints, all of the Airtable, and the entire configuration, then you just share this video on one of your social media platforms. It doesn't really matter where. It could be LinkedIn, could be Instagram, could be YouTube if you're a YouTuber. Just mention it in any way and then send me that through either Discord in the members community or send me that through email. And then I'll also put you on that list for the gift basket. Also, we have our insider campaign, which a lot of people have actually signed themselves up for. So, oh, it's not there. It should be at Vliegen Memberschap Insider. Right. And so we've kind of pivoted that campaign. A lot of people, it's like 100 people have signed up to that as well. I will also be giving away one gift basket to one person in that entire list that actually signed up for this. And this is the day that you're watching this is the only day that this one is still going to be available to sign up for and to get access to that gift basket. We'll be giving away one of those to one of the people in that signed up for this. This campaign has slightly changed. I will send a message or an email about that at a later date and mention that in a future video. In any case, thank you very much for watching. If you've learned anything in this video, that is my core purpose. I really like actually teaching something about the systems that we're building and not just plug and playing things. Of course, at the end of the day, the most important thing is that it actually works and it works well and gives you some value. So if there was any value in this video, be sure to let me know in the comments, leave a like, hit a subscribe. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And also you can go to members.vliegen.com, go to Discord, and then you can, if you run into any errors or problems, you can contact me there. Also, I have my 60, 90, and 120 minute troubleshoot call on my website, which you can actually book a meeting with me one-on-one in order to fix your systems. And we don't just fill the entire thing up with only that single troubleshoot. If we fix that in the first 5 minutes for some reason, I'll make sure to make the rest of the entire meeting double and triple worth your time. So thank you very much for watching, and yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys in the members community and in future videos.